Assalamu alaikum to all of you. Is my voice clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so today we are going to start Jordan, and Jordan is the last one you have to study. As you know that on the 21st of this month you have your paper, online paper, so it is very necessary now to finish it. So I may take your two classes right now, and I may try to complete your poetry syllabus maybe this week or next week on Monday, right? So there are approximately 5 classes or 5 to 6 classes in which I'll teach you John Donne. In 3 to 4 classes, I will teach you his poems. In 2 classes, I will teach you about his life and works and about metaphysical, what kind of poetry he was writing. So let's begin. And I advise all of you to buy the book of John Donne, Love and Divine Poems by John Donne from Urdu Bazaar. It's available in Urdu Bazaar. You can buy from Urdu Bazaar the book. The poems which I am going to teach you, I will send you the poems as well. I'll send the images to you. You can also download those poems from internet and you can get them in print form. Both are the options for you. So let's start. John Donne. Does anybody of you know about John Donne?
No, sir.
कभी नाम सुना है जॉन डन का? मशहूर शायर है वो. He is as famous as poets like Wordsworth and you know John Keats. कभी नहीं सुना आप लोगों ने नाम जॉन डन का? Metaphysical poetry, love poetry of John Donne. Yes, students of BS, the students of MA may not have the information, but students of BS, what do you say about this? Have you ever heard about John Donne? Yes, हाँ या ना में जवाब दें ताकि मैं आगे बढ़ सकूं. Yesterday I completed all the presentations. Now there will be no more presentations. I gave third chance. Though I gave many chances, more than 6 or 7 chances, but in a row I gave them 3 separate chances. I gave all of the 3 separate chances. Now there will be no more chance. I have to complete a course, and then on 21st of this month you will have your exams of poetry. You must have received this timetable as well, and the exams will be conducted online. John Donne's life. John Donne was an English poet who is now regarded as the greatest of the metaphysical poets. He is one of the poets who was not much known when he was alive. यानी कि जब ये जिंदा था और उसके दौर में उसको कोई इतना खास नहीं पहचान सका as a poet. He was renowned, he was famous, but not much as a poet. So he is now regarded as the greatest of the metaphysical poets, thanks to T.S. Eliot especially, who discovered this great talent. It is said that in his youth he was a law student, soldier, drinker, lover, and writer of love poems. In his youth, he was a law student, soldier, drinker, lover, and writer of love poems, which are famous for their original and surprising comparison, in which you will find surprising comparisons. इसीलिए मैं आपसे पूछा था कि have you ever heard about John Donne? क्योंकि इसकी comparison बड़ी मशहूर है. इसमें लवर्स को प्रकार कहते हैं ना, क्या कैंपस प्रकार जिसम कहते हैं, ज्योमेट्री में इस्तेमाल किया जाता है. He has compared lovers with campus. It is very famous simile and comparison. Similarly, there are many other comparisons which he made and outstanding. In one, for example, he compares a woman to a newly discovered continent. एक जगह he compares a woman to a newly discovered continent. Oh my America. क्या कहता उस खातून को? Oh my America, my new found land, because it was the time when America was newly discovered. So he compares a woman to a newly discovered continent. In 1615, he became an Anglican priest and 6 years later Dean of St. Paul's. We'll also tell you about his, religious beliefs. In 1593, Dunn's brother Henry died of a fever in prison. उसका भाई जो था वो कैद में था और वो वहाँ पे बुखार से मर गया. He was arrested for giving sanctuary to a proscribed Catholic priest. यानी कि किसी वजह से वो गिरफ्तार हुआ and he died over there of fever. This made Dunn began to question his faith. तो इस पे क्या है कि डन जो है अपने जो मजहब के बारे में बहुत सारे सवाल उसके जहन में उठे. So in 1615 he became an Anglican priest and 6 years later he became Dean of St. Paul's Cathedral. John Donne became famous as a religious speaker and writer, putting the same powerful emotion and intellect into his religious poetry. और वही चीज उसने याद रखिएगा, जॉन डन की जो पोइट्री है, दो तरह की पोइट्री है. एक लव पोएम जिसपे इंतहाई यू कैन से मतलब ऐसी लव पोएम है कि आप पढ़ेंगे तो यू विल बी इन अनदर वर्ल्ड. That is called metaphysical poetry. Beyond imagination, sometime you'll go. So he wrote love poetry when he was away from religion, but when he became religious, when he accepted religion, he became religious, so he started writing religious poetry. So his poetry, you'll find of two kinds: love poetry and divine poetry. Donne wrote most of his love lyrics, erotic verse, and some sacred poems in the 1590s, creating two major, जैसे मिसाल के तौर पर creating two major volumes of work like satires and songs and sonnets that got considerable popularity through private circulation. That is why I ask or I advise all of you to buy the book of Love and Divine Poems by John Donne. ये किताब आपको आसानी से आपको उर्दू बाज़ार में मिल जाएगी. और उर्दू बाज़ार में एक दुकान है, ज़मीर बुक शॉप, जहाँ से आपको इस तरह की तमाम किताबें आसानी से मिल जाएंगी. I advise you to buy this one. खाली अगर आप टेक्स्ट लेंगे so it will become difficult for you, and text you can download from internet. उसका भी आपने प्रिंट हासिल करना होगा. तो किताब ले लेंगे तो उसकी थोड़ी आसानी जाएगी, and it will be easy for you and it will be good for you to for your exams as well. From examination point of view, it will also be good for you. So he Donne wrote most of his love for lyrics, erotic verse, and some sacred poems in the 1590s, creating two major volumes of work like satires and songs and sonnets. Sonnet क्या होता है? What is sonnet?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, it's like a fixed rhyme which is consists of like 14
Speak loudly, थोड़ा ऊंचा बोले.
Sir, it's more like a fixed rhyme which is consists of 14 lines.
Yeah, it's a poem of 14 lines. Sonnet. There are different
Yeah.
types of poems, so you must remember them like sonnet, odes, lyrics. These are different types of poems, right? So sonnet is a poem of 14 lines that got considerable popularity through private circulation. तो इसको उसने privately circulate किया. Having inherited a considerable fortune, John Donne spent his money on wine. अच्छा खासा कमाया इसने पैसा, अच्छा खासा पैसा है, लेकिन इसका अपना पैसा उड़ाया on wine, शराब नोशी में, women, औरतों पर, the theater, and on travel, और travel घूमता फिरता रहा. So he spent his money on wine, women, theater, and travels in his youth. Dunn became member of parliament then. इसके बाद वो parliament का member होकर नहीं बना in 1596 and 97. This was the time when Shakespeare was at his height. Shakespeare रूज पड़ता है उसके plays जो थे tragedies बड़ी famous थी. Shakespeare का एक नाम था in the world of theater. So it was that time. So from 1596 and 97, Dunn joined two expeditions against Spain and the Azores. उसने दो travels किए. Upon his return to England, जैसे वो इंग्लैंड आया in 1598, Dunn was appointed private secretary to Sir Thomas Egerton, Lord Keeper of the Great Seal. तो उसको वहाँ उनका secretary बना दिया गया. In 1601, Dunn became member of parliament और 1603 साल बाद वो parliament का रुकन मुंतखब हो गया for Brackley and sat in Queen Elizabeth's last parliament. और Queen Elizabeth का आखिरी parliament था वो because she died in 1603. उनका इंतकाल हो गया था 1603 में. So he sat there in Queen Elizabeth's last parliament. In the same year, उसी साल he secretly married Lady Egerton's niece. Lady Egerton's niece जो है उसको इन्होंने इसके साथ इन्होंने शादी की उसी ही साल. So that time John Donne was 29. He secretly married Lady Egerton's niece, who was 17-year-old, daughter of Sir George Moore, Lieutenant of the Tower. So John Donne was that time 29 years old and she was 17 years old. Now Dunn's his father-in-law disapproved of the marriage. उसके वालिद साहब उसके जो father-in-law थे उन्होंने इस marriage के लिए approval नहीं दी और बतौर punishment he did not provide a dowry for the couple and had Dunn imprisoned for several weeks. और बतौर punishment और सजा के तौर पर उसने अपनी बेटी को जहेज नहीं दिया और डन को कैद कर दिया. चंद हफ्तों तक वो कैद में भी रहा और डन की जो है मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट से भी गया वो बर्बादी इसकी शुरू हो गई. डन वाज डिसमिस्ड फ्रॉम हिज रिस्पेक्टेबल पोस्ट एंड देन ड्यूरिंग द नेक्स्ट 9 years उसके बाद अगले जो 9 साल थे he had to face the worst financial problems. Means after marriage he married a girl of 17 years old and her father was definitely at a very high position. He did not give his approval to the marriage and as a punishment he did not give provide dowry to both the couple and he got Dunn imprisoned for several weeks and Dunn was dismissed from his respectable post and he was the member of parliament. सबसे वो सब खत्म हो गया और अगले 9 साल उसको शदीद किस्म के फाइनेंशियल प्रॉब्लम्स का सामना करना पड़ा. This left the couple isolated and dependent. This left the couple isolated and dependent on friends, relatives and patrons. अब इसकी वजह से क्या हुआ कि वो बेचारा वो दोनों मियां बीवी जो थे वो डिपेंडेंट हो गए, अलग हो गए, अकेले हो गए, डिपेंडेंट हो गए और डिपेंडेंट किस पर हुए? अपने दोस्तों पर, रिश्तेदारों पर और पेट्रन्स पर इंसार करने लगे. Dunn suffered social and financial instability in the years following his marriage, intensified by the birth of many children. और उनके यहाँ बच्चों की कसरत हुई, औलाद भी उनकी काफी हुई, हर साल औलाद उनके यहाँ हुई. So Dunn suffered social and financial instability. सोशल, समाजी और माली इंस्टेबिलिटी जो से जॉन जो है वो सफर करता रहा. However, his married life was a happy one. लेकिन कहा जाता है कि उसकी जो शादीशुदा लाइफ थी वो खुशगवार लाइफ थी, despite constant financial worries. With with typical drive, Rich John described his life with an as Johnton and undone. However, in 1609 he became financially stable और उसके बाद 1609 में बिला आफ्टर वो फाइनेंशियली स्टेबल हो गया when reconciliation was effected between Dunn and his father-in-law. जब डन और उसके फादर-इन-लॉ के दरमियान एक रिकंसिलिएशन हुई, मुफाहमत हुई, यानी वो तो आपस में राजी हो गए, तो फिर क्या हुआ कि इट ब्रॉट फाइनेंशियल स्टेबिलिटी फॉर डन एंड हिज फैमिली. And Sir George Moore was finally induced to relent and pay his daughter's dowry. और फिर उसकी डॉटर को जो डाउरी देनी थी वो उन्होंने दी. In the meantime, Dunn worked as a lawyer, but Dunn ने लॉयर के तौर पे भी काम किया and produced divine poems, और उसके बाद उसने divine poems का सिलसिला शुरू कर दिया, religious poems. In 1607, keeping in view Dunn's capabilities, the King James 1607 में डन की सलाहियतों को देखकर किंग जेम्स फर्स्ट यानी क्वीन एलिजाबेथ के बाद जो बादशाह बना वो किंग जेम्स फर्स्ट था. ही ऑफर्ड हिम सम ऑनरेबल पोस्ट, लेकिन उसके लिए शर्त ये थी कि डन शुड टेक एंग्लिकन ऑर्डर, के डन एंग्लिकन ऑर्डर को लेगा, बट ही रिफ्यूज, यानी कि एंग्लिकन चर्च से वाबस्ता होगा, लेकिन जॉन डन ने उसको रिफ्यूज कर दिया. When John Donne reached 40, जब वो 40 साल का हुआ, he published two anti-Catholic polemics, Pseudo-Martyr and Ignatius. They were final public testimony of John Donne's renunciation of the Catholic faith. It is said that at the age of 19, Donne was unresolved. ये भी कहा जाता है, if you talk about John Donne's religious belief, अगर हम जॉन डन के religious belief की बात करें, so it is said that he at the age of 19, John Donne was unresolved. उसको पता ही था करना क्या है. What religion to adhere to, putting aside other studies in order to survey and consider the body of divinity. तो उससे ये समझ नहीं आता कि what religion, because there are many branches in Christian religion as well. As we have two main sects, Shia and Sunni, they also have two main sects, Catholic and Protestants. उनके अंदर भी बहुत सारे ब्रांचेस हैं, उनके अंदर भी बहुत सारे स्कूल्स ऑफ थॉट्स हैं. तो जॉन डन को समझ ही नहीं आता कि वो किस तरफ जाए. He started investigating the philosophic grounds of all Christian faith. उसके बाद उन सबको स्टडी करना शुरू कर दिया. And as a result, he renounced all denominations and called himself simply Christian. और फिर उसने उन सबको डिनाउंस कर दिया और अपने आप को सिर्फ और सिर्फ क्रिश्चियन कहता था. तो क्या समझ में आप लोगों को अभी तक जो मैंने आप लोगों को बताया अबाउट जॉन डन्स लाइफ? यस, हाँ या नो में कुछ कुछ तो बोले.
यस सर.
क्या समझ में आया जो आपको बता रहा हूँ? याद रखिएगा 21 तारीख को पेपर में आपके पास इसमें क्वेश्चन आएगा, इसीलिए आपसे पूछ रहा हूँ कि क्या समझ में आया जो आपको बता रहा हूँ, क्योंकि हिज लाइफ or writers or poets or whoever we are studying life is very important. Here I have just told you that in his youth he was different. When he was 19, so he was unresolved about religion. He didn't know what to follow and what not to follow, and then finally decided to study all the faiths, Christian faith, and he decided himself to be only Christian. फिर उसने सोचा कि अब मैं सिर्फ क्रिश्चियन ही हूँ. तो क्या समझ में आपको अभी तक का जो मैंने बताया है?
Sir, he was a metaphysical poet. At his youth, he was like a student, soldier, drinker. But after that, he became a poet and he wrote a divine and love poetry. He
He
also
he
wrote
was
satires,
writing
poems, and sonnets.
he was writing poems in his youth as well, but his poems were of different nature. Erotic poems. He also wrote, such kind of poems as well. Though he did not get them published, but circulate to wo karta raha. And he also wrote love poems. And then his love is something that is beyond imagination. That is called metaphysical poetry. लेकिन कुछ writers का कहना है कि it was not metaphysical poetry in a real sense. And as I told you that he was difficult to understand in his youth, in his lifetime. कुछ शायर ऐसे हैं जिनको उनकी जिंदगी में कोई समझ नहीं सका या सही मानों में समझ नहीं सका और later on people others discovered them and they realized that they were such a great poets. So he is one of them.
Yes, sir. And he also joined a parliament in 1601. And you told about his married life that his law father-in-law wasn't agreed, but and he wasn't providing a dowry, and he was also imprisoned for several weeks. But after then, and he faced due to this problem, he faced many financial problems.
शायर जब
He passed.
when he married that girl, तो उनके समझ लो उनके वालिद ऐसे पावरफुल थे जैसे हमारे यहाँ कमांडर है, कमांडर इन चीफ। तो उन्होंने क्या किया, उन्होंने अपनी अप्रूवल ली थी और जो उनकी बेटी का जो हिस्सा था या जो उनको जहेज मिलना था जो भी था वो सब रोक दिया, जिसकी वजह से और फिर इनकी जॉब भी छोड़ के इनको बाकायदा कैद कर दिया कि चंद हफ्तों तक वो कैद रहे और ही वाज डिसमिस्ड फ्रॉम ऑल हिज job and all his offices. So when he was dismissed from all, then definitely he became, he lost money and financial crisis began. And for the next 9 years, he suffered from financial problems and other things. But when reconciliation was done, जब उनकी अपने सिस्टर के साथ जो है वो reconciliation होगी, then things became again better.
एंड सर लास्ट आपने कहा कि वो फाइनली मतलब इतनी इन्वेस्टिगेशन के बाद ही फाइनली कॉल हिमसेल्फ अ क्रिश्चियन.
Simple question. In 1607, keeping in view Dunn's capabilities, James I जो था उस वक्त के जो बादशाह थे, इन्होंने उनको पोस्ट ऑफर की, लेकिन शर्त ये थी कि वो एंग्लिकन ऑर्डर को लेगा, यानी कि उसको फॉलो करेगा. जैसे मैंने आपसे कहा ना, उनके यहाँ कैथोलिक्स के अंदर भी बहुत सारी मतलब स्कूल्स और मतलब है, फिक्र जिसे हम कहते हैं, या उनके बहुत सारे ब्रांचेस हैं. तो उनमें एक एंग्लिकन ऑर्डर भी है, एंग्लिकन चर्च भी है. उसने कहा कि तुम इसको फॉलो करोगे, तो उसने मना कर दिया. He refused. In 1615, Dunn succumbed to the royal pressure, लेकिन royal pressure के आगे वो रुक नहीं सका, and he reluctantly agreed to take Anglican order और उसको बिलाकर वो उसे फॉलो करना पड़ा. And he was appointed deacon and then priest at St. Paul's Cathedral. फिर उसके बाद उनको इन मुख्तलिफ पोस्ट में रखा गया. And he shortly after he was appointed a royal chaplain, और फिर वो आगे ही बढ़ता गया. In 1616, he was appointed reader in divinity at Lincoln's Inn, Cambridge. Just as Dunn's fortune seemed to be improving, अब जॉन डन है उसकी जो किस्मत बदल रही थी, and he was becoming rich again. He was getting money from everywhere. So what happened that Anne More, who was his wife, she died in 1617. In 1617, she died, and she died when she was 33 only. She died when she was 33 after giving birth to the 12th child. After giving birth to the 12th child, and the 12th child was stillborn. वो मुर्दा पैदा हुआ था और उसकी विलादत पर या उसके बर्थ पर उसका इंतकाल हो गया. She was 33 when she was giving the birth of 12th child, and she died. Struck by grief, Dunn wrote the Holy Sonnet. He was very much grieved, and he wrote then Holy Sonnet. Sonnet का नाम क्या था? Since she whom I loved had paid her last debt. So he loved his wife greatly. Then continued to write poetry, notably his Holy Sonnets. But the time for love songs was over. लेकिन जॉन ने फील किया कि अब love songs का time खत्म हो गया. The time of love songs was over. In 1680, Dunn went as chaplain with Viscount Donster to Germany. His hymn is cries at the author's last going into Germany. फिर उसने divine poems लिखना शुरू कर दी. He held some other post as well. Now, obsessed with the idea of death, John was obsessed with the idea of death. Death की जो death होता उसके उसके ख्याल से वो काफी उसके अंदर मतलब खौफ सा रहता था. Done post in a shroud. The painting was completed a few weeks before his death, and later used to create an effigy. He also preached what was called his own funeral sermon. John Donne died in London on March 31st, 1631, at the age of 59. He is remembered for the wit and poignancy of his poetry, though in his own time he was known as much for his mesmerizing sermons and specific preaching style. अपने वक्त में वो अपने preaching style और mesmerizing sermons की वजह से जाना जाता था, ना कि अपने शायरी की वजह से. If we talk about John, is there any problem regarding his life?
No, sir.
हमारे पास ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं, याद रखिएगा. कुछ चीज़ें आप लोग अनफॉर्चुनेटली आप लोगों में अक्सर ये जो गूगल में जाके हर चीज़ सर्च करना चाहती है, तो गूगल एक सर्च इंजन है, लेकिन ज़रूरी नहीं कि जो चीज़ आप सर्च करेंगे आपको एक्यूरेटली वही ला के देगा और वही चीज़ आपको ला के देगा. गूगल में सर्च करने के भी बहुत सारे तरीके होते हैं और किस चीज़ को किस वक्त लेना चाहिए ये भी देखना होता है. I've read many students' assignment and I was very stunned. Even I've read the presentations. Many students did not know what they have brought, but they brought. अब ये चीज़ अगर आप ऑनलाइन एग्जाम में करेंगे तो आप अगर आपने सही किया भी तो सिर्फ आपको पासिंग मार्क्स मिलेंगे, तो ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. मेहनत आप करेंगे, टेक्स्ट को स्टडी करके करेंगे और कोई नई चीज़ डिस्कवर करेंगे तो उसके आपको मार्क्स मिलेंगे. अगर आपने कहीं गूगल में से निकाल के लाया तो याद रखिएगा आपकी तरह 10 और भी होंगे. तो ये सब सामने आ जाते हैं जब हम पढ़ते तो पता चल जाता है कि किसका गूगल से उठाया और किसका खुद से किया है. तो इसीलिए आप काइंडली बुक खरीद लीजिएगा और जो आपको पढ़ा रहा हूँ उसमें तवज्जो दीजिएगा, ठीक है, ताकि आपको पता चले कि क्या हो रहा है क्या नहीं हो रहा है और किस तरह से आप, और आप लोग का आंसर भी डिफरेंट होगा. फिर हर एक की अप्रोच अलग होगी, आंसर भी डिफरेंट होगा. लेकिन अगर आप सिर्फ शॉर्टकट के चक्कर में जाएंगे तो फिर वही होगा कि जो सब कर रहे हैं आपका भी होगा. फिर जैसे सबके मार्क्स आएंगे आपके भी मार्क्स आएंगे. अगर बेहतर किया होगा तो पास हो जाएंगे, नहीं होगा तो फेल हो जाएंगे. 50 से ज़्यादा फिर किसी को मिलेंगे भी नहीं, क्योंकि कॉपी टू कॉपी के क्या मार्क्स मिलेंगे. That's why please try to create a difference in your answer by studying hard. John Donne's early poetry, Donne's earliest poems showed a brilliant knowledge of English society, coupled with sharp criticism of its problems. His satires dealt with common Elizabethan topics such as corruption in the legal system, mediocre poets, and pompous courtiers. Yes, yet stand out due to their intellectual sophistication and striking imagery. Donne's early career was also notable for his erotic poetry. As I told you, erotic मतलब ये this is related to sexual feelings. So he's also notable for his erotic poetry, especially his elegies in which elegies के अंदर भी इसने इसका इस्तेमाल किया in which he employed unconventional metaphors. Metaphors जो conventional, एक तो conventional होता है, एक होता है unconventional जो normally इस्तेमाल नहीं होती. So he used unconventional metaphors such as a flea biting two lovers being equated to sex. उसने एक जगह इस्तेमाल किया वो ये कि एक flea bite कर रहा है दो lovers को और वो आप in elegy to his mistress going to bed, he poetically undresses his mistress and compared the act of fondling to the exploration of America. अब ये कि Donne did not get these poems published, तो इनको publish नहीं करवाया, though he did allow them to circulate widely in manuscript. तो ये इसके love poems के अंदर था और इसकी youth में इसने इस तरह की बहुत सारी शायरी कर रखी थी। लेकिन बाद में इसकी ज़िंदगी में ज़बरदस्त चेंज आया, इनकलाब आया, ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन आई इसकी लाइफ में, एंड Donne, especially when his wife died, और उसकी वाइफ की डेथ हुई, so you know there was a great change in his life. Donne's numerous illnesses और इसके अलावा वो खुद भी बीमार हुआ, फाइनेंशियल प्रॉब्लम्स जिसको आई, इसके काफ़ी दोस्तों का इंतकाल हुआ और ख़ास तौर पर इसकी बीवी का इंतकाल हुआ। ऑल दिस थिंग चेंज हिम। देन ही स्टार्टेड टॉकिंग अबाउट रिलीजन, फिर वो रिलीजियस हो गया और उसने शराब नौशी और दीगर मामलात को छोड़ दिया। Donne's numerous illnesses, financial strain, and the death of his friends all contributed to the development of a more somber and pious tone, and he became serious and pious in his later poems. फिर वो अपनी बात के poems में उस संजीदगी उसके अंदर आ गई और pious बन गया, यानी कि मुत्तकी टाइप का बंदा बन गया। The change can be clearly seen in An Anatomy of the World, एक poem है, a poem that Donne wrote in memory of Elizabeth Drury, the daughter of his patron Sir Robert Drury. उसकी मेमोरी में याद में उसने ये पोएम लिखी। अब इस पोएम में क्या होता है? This poem treats Elizabeth's demise with extreme gloominess. Demise कहते हैं डेथ को। वो इस पोएम में एलिजाबेथ की जो डेथ है उसको इंतहाई ग्लूमीनेस के साथ ट्रीट करता है, अफसोस के साथ ट्रीट करता है। यूज करता है क्या? यूजिंग इट एज अ सिंबल फॉर द फॉल ऑफ मैन, और उसको फॉल ऑफ मैन एंड द डिस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ द यूनिवर्स से क्या करता है? सिंबलाइज करता है कि उसका इंतकाल हुआ तो ये इंसान और खत्म हो गया, कायनात खत्म हो गई, इस तरह से वो बता रहा होता है। Remember, John Donne wrote, मैं पहले ही बता चुका हूँ, his poems, his works can be broadly divided into two groups. One is secular poems, second is divine poems. Secular poems को love poems भी कहा जाता है। Are you getting me? Secular poems and divine poems. In secular poems, he doesn't talk about religion and God and all such things. He just talks about worldly things. He talks about love and all such things. You know, so that is why it is called secular poems. And later on, he wrote divine poems. You will find in his work songs and sonnets, elegies, satires, verse letters. The anniversaries you will also find in this work. फिर उसके बाद आपके पास religious poetry, divine poems जिसे हम कहते हैं, you will find over there holy sonnets, miscellaneous divine poems. Holy sonnets are the group of 19 sacred sonnets. 19 मुकद्दस sonnets उसने लिखे। The problem as to when the various sonnets were written is a complex. अब उसने कब कौन सा sonnet लिखा इसका समझ में नहीं आ रहा।
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes.
Sir, is this mediation is a part of sonnet or not?
What?
Sorry, meditation.
Meditation is not a part of sonnet. Meditation is a part which it is something that is used in religious practices. Meditation. It's not a part of sonnet.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Sonnet is a poem of 14 lines, and we are talking
Because
about holy sonnets.
meditation sometimes. Yeah, meditation is a thing that sometimes is a struggle with the God's transactions of perfection.
Yeah, so you can do it without writing poetry as well. In normal life, you can also do meditation.
But it
It's
comes
not-
in sonnets or religious poetry, which has been written by the
It may be
John.
there, but it's not necessary to be there. It is not a compulsory part of religious poetry. It is something that may be used. जिस तरह आप देखें पोइट्री के अंदर कौन सी पोइट्री है, जिस पोइट्री के अंदर आपको शेपर्ड का जिक्र लाजमी मिलेगा। तो इसका ये मतलब नहीं कि शेपर्ड इज अ कंपल्सरी थिंग ओवर देयर। शेपर्ड इज अ कैरेक्टर। तो ये कैरेक्टर हो गया या ये कुछ चीज़ें हो जाती है। बाकी ये आप रियल लाइफ में भी इसका इस्तेमाल मेडिटेशन कर सकते हैं, कंटेम्पलेशन कर सकते हैं।
Okay, sir. Thank you.
About sonnets, it is said that many of them belong to that period of doubt and intense thinking about his religion. जब वो doubtful था और religion के बारे में सोच रहा था, तो बहुत सारे उस वक्त के दौर के लिखे हुए हैं. Donne's greatness as a religious poet lies in his truthfulness, in his having left in his holy sonnets a personal record of a brilliant mind struggling towards God. So this is what we have about John Donne's life and work. If you have any question, you can ask me. We have another class. That class I will conduct after taking one class. अभी मैं किसी और जो है क्लास लूंगा, सेशन लूंगा, उसके बाद मैं आप लोगों की क्लास लूंगा, तो समझ लें तकरीबन 45 से 50 मिनट बाद. यू स्टे ट्यून, आप स्टे कीजिएगा, डोंट गो अवे. ये आपकी अटेंडेंस में मार्क कर देता हूँ. नाउ वी विल टॉक अबाउट जॉन डन. जॉन डन मेटाफिजिकल पोइट्री क्या है, एंड जॉन डन इज अ मेटाफिजिकल पोइट. और इसके अलावा
Excuse me, sir.
यस.
Sir, wasn't there a part of political poetry?
Political poetry.
In terms of politics, like there was a kind of politics running through in the time of John Donne.
There was, he was himself a
Like
member of parliament.
you mentioned about the Elizabeth Edge.
He was himself the member of parliament, but इस बारे में तो पढ़ा नहीं है. Satiric poetry थी, जिसको आप यूं भी कह सकते हैं कि in which he criticized, you may have criticized, you know, politicians as well, or some satire में यही होता है. He wrote satires.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Okay.
So we are going to meet after now almost 45 minutes.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, which elements divine poetry add? Means what is what included in it?
What included means?
Sir, let me clear the divine poetry.
Divine poetry is called religious poetry. As I told you, John Donne's life has been, poetry work has been divided into two kinds of poetry. One is
Secular.
secular, and second is divine. Secular also called love poetry, and second one is called divine poetry, religious poetry. When he
Sir, secular poetry is also called love poetry or divine.
yeah, secular is also love poetry, and divine is also religious poetry.
Okay, sir.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, he was also the by profession priest. That's why he written some religious poetry.
He actually, of course, had took, you know, holy orders and all such thing. It means he was also a religious. He also studied religious, you know, theology. Theology को चलाती पढ़ा होगा, तभी तो वो priest भी बना और दिगर औहदे भी इसके पास आए. Theology with Bunyad. Okay, see you after 40 minutes or for 45 minutes. Okay, Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz, sir.
Allah Hafiz, sir. Thank you.
Allah Hafiz, sir.
Sir, champion.
You may take your practice.
Raj Mohammed Halipur, Raj.